At some point, you've probably felt a little bit overwhelmed with all the diet and nutrition advice out there, right? Like one day you're scrolling on your phone and you see someone talking about how vegetables are the only thing you should eat, and then 5 minutes later you see someone saying that vegetables are trying to kill you. In this video, I'm gonna share with you the one thing that really matters when it comes to your diet in the long run, the thing that's gonna put you ahead of 99% of people. So stick with me to the end of this video, because if you really master this one thing, I promise you'll get to where you need to go with your goals. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Peter Rybar, and on this channel, I like to share insights from my personal journey through health, fitness, fatherhood, and personal development so we can level up together. Okay, so here's the thing you have to understand about nutrition, right? There's a very clear common denominator, something that connects all the different types of diets, nutritional philosophies, all that stuff, whether it's vegan, carnivore, intermittent fasting, everything. There's like 100 different options to choose from, and they all promise you a lot of the same things, right? You'll get that healthy, lean body that you've always wanted. So you might be wondering, how could all those different diets have something in common? Like some of them are just complete opposites, right? How the hell am I supposed to pick the right one to follow that's gonna work for me, my body, and my lifestyle? I get it, nutrition is very complicated, especially when you're just starting out on your journey. It can be very overwhelming with all the information out there. But the thing is, they actually do have something in common. And once you've internalized this one unifying principle, you'll be able to make micro adjustments over time through trial and error to find the nutritional strategy that actually works for you. Because honestly, there really just isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to this. Okay, enough table setting, right? So what is it? The answer is that by following any kind of these diet protocols, nutritional strategies, what you've actually done is you've changed your mindset to being intentional about the food you eat. And that mental shift is one of the most important things you'll ever do. Just making that shift to deciding what and when you're gonna eat in a day versus just kind of going with the flow, going off of what everyone else around you is eating and whatever you feel like in the moment is huge. Once you've firmly established that mindset, it's really only a matter of time until you make a massive impact on your physique and your health. Now, are the principles that you implement the first couple times around going to be what you do for the rest of your life? No, probably not. Unless you're working with a professional coach who's gonna work with you very closely on this stuff, you could maybe expedite some of that process. But for most people, it's gonna take a lot of trial and error and self-learning before you figure out what actually works really well for you. And then it'll also evolve over time depending on what life stage you're in at the moment. Trust me, I've tried dozens of different diets and strategies and protocols. I've had a lot of failures and I've had a lot of successes. But once you've made that shift to being intentional about the food you eat, you've already put yourself ahead of 99% of people. Because let's face it, most people are just going with the flow. They're eating whatever everyone else around them is eating, and they're eating what they feel like in the moment. The average person will show up to work and see a box of donuts there on the table that someone brought in and probably not even think twice about having one. Or they'll see an ad on their phone for a fast food place and decide that's what they're gonna get on their way home for dinner. And unfortunately, let's face it, the average person these days is out of shape and not very healthy, or at least not close to whatever their optimal version of health is for themselves. The fact is that if you don't make the decision, if you don't decide what you're going to eat, a diet will be assigned to you. It'll be assigned to you by the people around you, your family, your friends, your coworkers. And guess what? Most of the time, those people have no idea what it takes to be healthy at all, because they're not being intentional with their diet choices either. It's basically a blind leading the blind type of situation. And even worse, your diet will be assigned to you by corporations who are trying to get you to buy as much of their ultra-processed garbage food products as possible so that they can make as much money off you and please their shareholders. And really, this could apply to any aspect of your life, whether we're talking about your finances, your relationship, your career, it doesn't matter. Being intentional about the things that you're doing and being intentional about the way you live your life is a huge game changer. So if you're going to make one real lasting change with your diet this year, make it so that you become a person who's intentional about the foods they eat. Once you get that burned into your brain, it's only a matter of time before eventually you'll figure out what nutritional strategies work best for you and your lifestyle. All right, friends, thanks for watching. If you got some value out of this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.